Hi there, this is Summer with Roots Up, and in today's video, I am going to give you a quick overview, or I'm going to be try to be as quick as possible with my first graders' curriculum choices and how we are working exploring countries and cultures for my father's world, family cycle, and blending it with their first grade phonics curriculum. So I'm going to flip the camera around and try to be as quick as possible with this. Okay, so for the teacher's manual, I'm basically only going to be using for the dictation words per week. So with their phonics program, you have words to dictate each day in your workbook. So every single day, we will start with our Bible time. And my daughter saw that my older son was doing this last year, so I'm going to incorporate a little bit of this into her year. This is not going to be an everyday thing, but it's something that she can kind of flip through. So this is going to be the Bible portion, and she is going to be using her All About Spelling a few days a week. She is working through All About Reading Level 1. She just started the second book, so she must be on like lesson 25 or something. And with My Father's World, what they do is they learn the rule, the phonics rule, and then they do 2 pages in their workbook regarding that rule. These are the dictation words, so I will speak a word, 2 words, and she will decide which column it goes into, and she will write that. She will mark all of her the phonograms that we're learning, and then she will read the sentences in here, and there is copywork included, so there is a very small amount of grammar, punctuation, not much at all. No sentence structure other than capitalization, finger spacing, and punctuation at the end. So she will begin reading out of this Bible reader once she has learned some of the rules. It's very, very easy. And then she will come into her notebook and she will write 1 sentence and draw a picture of what she had just read. This progresses very fast because by the end of the year, they are reading very long stories. So I would say this is equivalent to levels 1 and 2 of All About Reading. So that's why I'm trying to get her through level 1 of All About Reading before we begin school. Okay, so combined with the phonics portion, she has a few student worksheets that come with My Father's World that are more hands-on, that are like the timeline pieces, anything that has to do with the science that they're reading. My second grader is doing language lessons for today, and these lessons are like 5 minutes long. They're like picture studies, poem memorization, very simple grammar, and I'm just going to pull her in. And if she does not like it, if she doesn't want to do this, then she doesn't have to sit through it. But because these lessons are like 5 minutes, I'm going to pull her into that. So this is technically for grade 2. I bought an Evan Moore book just because it was $7. So I learned last year that my kids need a little bit of a break sometimes with the daily routine. Sometimes they just clearly get bored of the repetition, which is very healthy for them. But at the same time, I think sometimes they just need a little bit of a change in pace. So I bought this for those reasons. So this is not something we're going to do every day or even once a week. So she's going to be doing the Evan Moore book for that will complete the phonics and language arts portion. As far as, I'll talk about my loop scheduling stuff in just a minute. So for My Father's World Exploring Countries and Cultures, we are learning about habitats and places in the world. So she is going to follow along as she wants, and here are the science resources. So for geography, she's just going to be looking at the map and the globe and finding where we're at and just looking at where we're at in the animals. There are some animals in here that correlate with where we are at, and at that point, I'll just pull one of these pages out for her, and we will study that and do it. I found this at Aldi's, and because it's a sticker book, I just figured she'd like it. So she's going to follow us wherever we're at and do as she would like. This is the science that comes with My Father's World for my older students, but I just wanted to show exactly what we're going to be studying. So this is clearly advanced for a first grader, but she's going to listen in on what we're doing, and I'll probably have some sort of a video playing in the background of pictures of the animals and the cultures that we're studying. So she is going to be able to have this out. So usually when I do science, I just set out lots of books, and they look at books while I read. The activity that I am adding onto this is from Masterbooks. This is not from My Father's World. And I thumbed through this, and about 3/4 of this is covered in the My Father's World. So it almost matches perfectly. This is all about habitats, biomes, and the ecosystems all together. There is not an emphasis on cultures or people or even animals so much. You'll study a few animals, but really what it goes through is the geography, the different types of regions in the world. So this I'm going to be doing with all of my kids. So we are going to be using these as resources, and this is going to be for my younger 3. So that's what we're doing. These we're just doing as a read aloud. We have had these come with the My Father's World science, and my kids just like to read these, so as the seasons. So for art and music, this comes with the My Father's World, Exploring Countries and Cultures. It comes with a CD. So when you visit a country, you're going to pop in the CD and you can sing the lyrics of the song. For fine art, what they recommend you to do is to hang up one of these photos. And I'm going to hang them up on my whiteboard right next to my table. And then there is some background about the image and then some questions. So we did that last year and they liked it, so we're going to do it again this year. Art is something that we are only going to do once a week, and it could be as simple as a craft. It could be something as simple as a science project, or it could be one of these. This is from Masterbooks. This is not this. Okay, so for art, we are going to be combining lots of different resources. I have drawing with children. I have Draw Right Now books. I have this from Masterbooks, which is a favorite amongst homeschoolers. So it discusses all of the 7 elements, and that we can use clay. We could even use Play-Doh if we would like for my younger ones. But we are going to combine lots of different resources for art. And we're going to do that on a Friday. I'll talk about my Friday loop schedule. So moving on, I will show you math. So with math in first grade, My Father's World comes with a whole bunch of Unifix cubes that you build the numbers with. You talk about place value. They also come with these wooden blocks. So they don't love these so much, but we're going to have this as an option for math time. I choose to use Horizons Math as opposed to the complete book of math that comes with the program. I like all of the concepts taught in here. The lessons are only front and back. They have skip counting, time, clock work, calendar work. They have addition. They have money. There's just not really many concepts that you don't think about in here. There's tally marks. They have clocks right here that you would practice every single day, and we match the clock to our teaching clock. And then for the days that we are feeling blah and need a little bit of a change in pace, we are going to be using this Lakeshore Learning Math Fact Center that includes multiplication, things that are well above her level, but they do have addition and clocks and coin counting. And you can build the math facts, greater, less, equal than, that sort of thing. So that is what we are going to be doing for math. We have what I call our loop schedules, and our loop schedule is things that we are going to do on Fridays. So we have vocabulary, and this is super, super easy. So with the vocabulary, you just read the story, and these are the words that you are using in your story. I usually have her point or mark them. Like if I say something like leaning or whatever, she'll mark it. Otherwise, she'll have a copywork sentence that has to do with a vocabulary word. And again, this is once a week, and it's not going to be every single week. She wants to learn Spanish, so we have been doing Spanish videos, and I just got this. It was $14. She knows a lot of her colors. She knows a lot of early, like she knows colors, numbers, a little bit of the alphabet. So I don't know how much we're going to use of this, but she wanted it. I got this for each of my kids, daily highly order thinking. And once she is able to read, I think it'll be a lot easier. But we're just going to loop this in, like I said, a couple times a month. And because I have 3 children that are going to be using first grade material, I thought it was worth the price. I think it was only like $10. Someone borrowed this to me, so we are going to be using health and safety and manners from Abeka. I will not be writing in this book. It's just reading. This is something, again, that we're just going to be doing once a week, if that. And so we are going to be looping through all of these subjects. So what we are doing on Fridays are art, the extras, health, music, anything that we did not get to that is not a core subject. Keyboarding. Actually, I forgot to I got to show you our handwriting. So hold on. Last but not least, these are just some resources that I got off of pretty much at the dollar store. So, I mean, this is maybe like 10, 15 pages. What is a sentence? They thought he looked like an elf, so my kids were like all about getting this. So what is a sentence? We're going to talk about what exactly is a sentence. Again, I have 3 kids, so this is so many resources, but it was like a buck. She wanted these from the dollar store, so I bought those. And handwriting, we use Zaner Bloser, and we did Handwriting Without Tears and Zaner Bloser. So last year she did an entire book of Handwriting Without Tears and maybe a third of this book. So we are just going to continue working through this book, and she wants to learn cursive. So we're going to do one more year of handwriting, and I will see if she is ready for cursive. But so core subjects that we do every single day is handwriting, Bible, math, language arts, reading. And then the science, I think we're going to try to do every day with her sitting in on it. I have, in the back of my mind, told myself that I may end up having to do a block schedule with science. So these are the things that you will see her do every single day in her binder. And these are all the loop subjects. And I say loop, but really they're just Friday things. So actually this is a math. So anything that is extra, we do on Fridays. And excuse the mess. I do daycare, and so we got all the costumes out. So if you have any questions, let me know.